day one, a violent vertical ledge setter.
I see some gas off the edge. Get that mindset to put your shoulder on somebody. Dig, drop. You're finished. Hey, first down. This is weird, kid. Worse than that, sorry.
Yep. What's happening, everybody? Welcome to the show. It is late. It is 10:31 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on August 18th, year of our Lord, 2026. So what's happening? We are in the middle here of New York Jets preseason football. This is the After Hours Jets Fest, brought to you by Prize Picks, everybody. Prize Picks. Pick your prize, baby, where you can have all sorts of fun. Great deals for you that we have, and I'll show you what I'm doing on there in a little while. But we just wrapped up the Talking Jets panel with the amazing Ryan and Matt O'Leary, hanging out for 2 hours on the Talking Jets channel. And guys, I'm going to just tell you straight up. We had a conversation after the show. We did 2 hours with you guys. Talked about all sorts of things. From, you like that, Eric? Yeah, man, I listen to you guys. Not every idea is great, but some are. Some are really good. And I like that one. So we talked about a lot of things, everything from the New York Jets to drip line to, gutting houses for copper. We talked about it all. And then after the show, Ryan, Matt, and myself, we took a real hard look at exactly how many tickets we have left for the opening day, the home opener, that is. Not opening day. Opening day is an away game. Lots of guys, Tailgate Joe, Jake Assman, lots of Jet Nation. Lots of guys are going down to Tennessee, Nashville, to make our presence known as we play the Robert Saleh-led Titans. But our home opener, which is September 20th at MetLife Stadium, we said during that show we had 4 or 5 tickets left. 4 or 5. During the show, 2 more were sold. When we looked at it after the show, we have a grand total of 1 ticket left. 1 ticket left out of, I think it was 75 or something like that. 1 ticket left to come sit with us, join our tailgate, half-price parking, on-field access after the game. I'm going to bring this ball with me. I hope they let me in. I'm going to bring it in the box and everything. I'm going to say, no way, I just bought this. That's the whole. Now, last year, we went to the game. This is how it went. Last year, we went to the game. And walking in, we had never even seen together live an offensive touchdown. Not one offensive touchdown have we ever seen live together as a group. We've gone 5 years, whatever it was. So the plan was to go on the field after the game. And I bought this ball at the stadium. I paid too much for it. As you know, you pay too much when you buy stuff at the stadium, but it's real merch and the whole thing. It's nice. So there's that. But the whole object of buying this thing was so I could throw it around the stadium with you guys in the box, of course. We were going to throw it around the stadium. And then the game was so tight. Remember the end of the game? That we did a little poll. Does anybody want to go down on the field? Everybody said no. So we stayed in our seats and watched the rest of the game, which we lost, damn it, because of a miracle play where the ball bounced around and then falls on DK Metcalf, I believe, was laying on the ground. It just falls on his chest. That gets them close enough to get into a 60-yard field goal position. They kick that, and it goes through 60 yards after a miracle play, or else we win that game. And they won by what? 1 point, 2 points, whatever the hell it was. So we never went on the field is my point. This year, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't give a shit if Cade Klubnik has Geno Smith on his shoulders and they're running around down the field into it. It doesn't matter what's going on the field. I am going to take whoever wants to go down on that field on that field. Doesn't matter what I miss. If somebody wants to go, because I'm going to tell you what happened. G-Man and his wife from Wales, they came all the way over from Wales. The hats in the house. They brought beautiful gifts for everybody. They came to our tailgate. They brought hats. They brought candy from Wales and England for my daughter and for everybody, for Ryan's daughters. And then we did the thing. We said, hey, does anybody want to go on the field? And everybody said, no, we want to watch the game. And then after it, they walked up to me and they go, hey, are we going on the, what was the word they used? They didn't say field because they're from another place. So they called a pitch. They said, so we going on the pitch now, Bean? And I said, no, man. I asked everybody and they were like, oh, they were so disappointed. I mean, they were like, okay, whatever, but I saw the disappointment in their eyes and it broke my heart. So this year, I don't give a shit if one of you wants to go down. If 74 want to stay and one wants to go down, I'm going to be the one bringing you down there. We're going to throw that ball around, baby. Okay. So we have one more ticket. So if you're like, I don't know, dude, buy it now because it's going to be gone. Obviously, we got one more. When it's done, it's done. Chubb for Club gifting a membership. Who'd you give it to, baby? Danny Beats, the chicken man himself, gets the membership to the Stream Beans. All kinds of new shit coming to the Stream Beans this year. It's going to be a fun season. I want you guys to know that. The last year, 2 years, I haven't really been able to build. Like, remember the first couple years, man? I don't know if you guys know this, but the first few years when I was building this channel, I sat in front of this computer for hours and hours and hours and just learned and edited and figured out and made intros and did all this stuff. Everywhere I went, I was doing something for this channel. Last couple years, I got pulled in I couldn't do it. So I still did the channel, of course, but it was like that was all I could do. This year, I'm back in. I got time. I'm digging. I'm building. I'm figuring things out again. So I'm excited to add all the stuff that I have on deck for you guys. It's going to be a fun season. And it starts with this right here. Asano Fabish, I second removing the voice. Who else said it? Somebody else got it. Yeah, look, Eric Craig told me that if it's not out by training camp, he's out. I haven't seen Eric in a minute. Maybe he really left me. Danny Beats said it. Dude, I'm trying to get there. It's a priority. I want you to know that. It really is. Not only that one, but let me show you this. I'm going to play a couple of seconds of this intro. Tell me if you notice what I have to change right off the bat, in addition to updating it. But tell me if you notice, and it bothers me every time I use it. It's not that time of year, so I'm safe, but I got to change this one too. Tell me if you notice, where is it? Tell me if you notice what I need to change right from the rip, okay? Pay attention. Here it comes.
1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8.
Johnny Lamb Jones.
You see it? Tell me what it was. In the chat, everybody, tell me what it was. Do you see it? Somebody will put it there. There it is, Rusty. Rusty got it. 2022. So that shows you It shows you the last time I did it, right? When I made it. It shows you. Draft 20, right? Indy's got it. Indy's been around. Indy remembers me in the RV trip. I saw a question about the RV trip. Let me see. You like the lighting, Dano? You like the lighting? I'm figuring it out. I know. Well, you know what it is? I have new lighting coming. I have a whole new thing. Dude, you guys are going to be very surprised. It might not happen right at week 1. I think it might, but I'm doing a whole thing. But I had to go back. Let me tell you, look at my glasses. You see my glasses, Dano? This is the first light that I ever had for podcasting, videoing, or whatever. This is it. Well, the first one I had was a lamp. I shit you not. I just took the shade off of a lamp. That's what I did. But yeah, so I had to, because all my light, I told you what happened. I have these like really big, not like expensive, but good lights that I've been using for years. I even have extras, and they fucking changed the whole, they like moved past it. They discontinued the app, and there's no way to turn it on or off without the app. And I got to pay $39.99. I called. They're like, nah, we're not doing it anymore. So it's a whole thing. But anywho, yeah, the pitch. Yeah, dude. Think about that, Paul. So the first game we went to together, we were just talking about it in the Talking Jets panel. Matt O'Leary and I sat together. So we didn't all sit together yet. We went to a tailgate together. I think that year was Gotham City. We did Gotham City. And then the year after that, we did Jet Lounge. And every year since, we've been with Talking Joe. But I sat with Ryan and Ryan's now wife. They were not married yet. That game, our first game together, was Zach Wilson's home opener. First time ever playing in MetLife in the regular season. And that son of a bitch threw 4 interceptions. Brutal. Ron Weiss talking about copper. Now $6.70 a pound. Problem will be storing it. Go to a local bank and grab a box. Yeah, well, that's number 1 copper. So if you get wire, and I have ways to strip wire, and I do a lot of wire, but I'm not real. Ron, let me tell you, the secret is, the truth is in my heart. Like I've been an executive the last 20 years. You guys know the story. Like right now, I'm doing irrigation by choice. I didn't want to do, but I've been C-suite the last like 10, 12 years. And in my heart, you want to know what I really am, Ron? I'm a fucking scrapper, dude. I have Instagram guys like you. I watch dumpster divers. I love it. I love it when they open a dumpster and there's all kinds of shit in there. I'm like, ooh, it's like a treasure hunt. Like I want to walk around on the beach with a metal detector. I want to go magnet fishing. Like that's who I am in my heart. I just want to scrap. I want to pick up garbage and make shit out of it. Like that's what I really want to do. It's who I am. I'm trying to figure out who I am. Indy, go to talkingjets.com. Dude, 1 ticket, man. It's $250 for the whole shebang. Like the ticket, if you just bought the ticket to that game, it's like $220, I think it is. $216, $220. And with this, you get the ticket with us. You get the tail included in the price. The tailgate, the ticket, the parking discount, and the on-field access. I hope you do it, man. That'd be great to get you to come, Indy, for real. What is this? Henrik Huckleberry says, as a queer man, I feel like a lot of people are sleeping on the Jets. We have all the talent in the world. If we could just start executing at a high level. I don't know what queer has to do with that, but hey, welcome to the show. And I agree. That's why I created GreenBean Island. And that's why I'm taking forever to create the damn tour of it. Because I'm a slow old fella. I don't have anybody helping me, man. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it really boils down to. My kids are so anti, like, AI. They get mad at me if I bring it up. And, like, hey, I'm not really, an AI guy or anything, but I need help. Dude, and listen, Indy, nothing would make me happier, brother. I never would have gotten off the road. My son wanted to play high school football. My daughter was done with the road. My wife, dude, they came on the road with me for 2 years. That was my thing. Really. So I had to come back. So yeah, I was stacking silver for years. I regret. I have regrets. I got rid of all my silver. I think I have 2 rounds left. I had, like, honestly, somewhere between 700, 900 ounces, all kinds of shit. Buffaloes, Krugerrands. I had fucking full gold Krugs, Philharmonics, Maples, all kinds of shit. Jason Edwards in the house. My Talking Jets game was the Chargers versus the Jets. Before we sat down, it was 7-0. But let me tell you, Jason, what we were doing while they were busy beating us was fantastic, wasn't it? Wasn't that a great time? My nephew, we were on the field by the end zone, and they were practicing the kicks. And my nephew caught, so the kicker kicked a field goal, and he caught it. Dude, I got it on video. He lost his marbles. He was like, oh, my God. It was the greatest thing ever, man. Then we were on the field when they did the Thunderstruck and all this stuff. I don't know what Copper Johns is. You're out there in Washington or Portland. I don't know what's going on. Yeah. I was. I got a lot of stuff. Indy, remember the tanks? Listen, Indy Jet, and tell me if I remember it being you. Correct me if I'm wrong. I was out on the road and I was like in Texas, and I'm in the RV and I'm doing a show and I mentioned I'm in Texas, and then I get a fucking private message from Indy, and he's like, "Hey, you're not far from a place where they let you drive and shoot like fire tanks, military tanks." I'm like, really? Really? Was that you, Indy? You did. It was not that old, though, JR. Oh, 55 grams of gold. Yeah, hopefully you waited till it was 4,000. I sold all of my gold when it went up to, what was it? It was like hovering around like 1,400 for a while. And I bought most of it when it was like 1,000 to 1,200. And I sold it when it went up to like 17. And this year it's went up to 5 grand. But I sold it years ago, so I can't really beat myself up. But anyway. Yeah, I know. There was something in there. And I knew I was missing it, but it is. Yeah, that was you, right, Indy? Indy fucking reached out. This is years ago, man. We're talking 2020. I'm in an RV in Texas, and Indy's fucking showing me how to go drive tanks. I'm telling you, we're the coolest. So we're going to talk about the defensive backs today. Did you guys see Aaron Glenn had a comment about D'Angelo Pons? Did you guys see this? Did you guys see the comment? Who saw the comment? Yeah, Brother Yeti talking about, as a cable guy, dudes used to dumpster dive our garbages for cable line. Dude, let me tell you something. If I knew about that back in the day, like there were places I knew about, like electricians, they would throw out like their ends of coils, and because it was so much, they just didn't want to be bothered. And I would go there. Don't forget, I had an addiction problem, so I would just fucking go there, and I would take just handfuls of used wire. And if it's real small, I wouldn't fuck with it. I would just bring it in and get like the 40 cents a pound. Because all I needed was like $20. I didn't give a shit. But if I had like the nice thick wire, I would strip it. It had decent center copper conductor, but fiber is glass. Those guys are pissed. Well, if there's fiber, and yeah. But dude, that center, the copper, if they strip it right, that one copper, if you get like a spool, that one line of copper can end up being like 30 pounds, 20 pounds. Think about that. $6 a pound. So Boss Girl said she heard it, but he said something specific about him. Let me see if I can find it here. Let me see if I could find it. I had it queued up, but okay. I got it. Wait. My buddy Harrison. Remember Harrison used to have his YouTube channel. He kind of put that on ice, but he's been rocking with Twitter, man. Let's take a look at his at his page. So we're going to look at the defensive backs, and then we're going to talk about D'Angelo Pons, and then I want to talk a little bit about the defensive backs because I'm going to tell you, we get caught up, myself included, into the excitement of the offense, right? We want to see I want to see quarterbacks and there he is. Look at that guy. So, and we want to see Omar Cooper, we want to see A.D. Mitchell and all the guys, right? But the truth is, defensive back is a real issue. It's a real, maybe not an issue, but definitely a question mark. Now, we brought in Brownlee last year. We brought in Brandon Stevens last year. We brought in third-round pick A.Z. Thomas last year. Now, they struggled. They didn't no picks, and they settled, and then Brownlee got hurt, and A.Z. Thomas got hurt, and the whole thing. But we use a number 2 pick on D'Angelo Pons, the gentleman you see right there, the very friendly disposition from this picture anyway. Very nice. We use a second-round pick on him, and his comp is Aaron Glenn, which is really fun and exciting and all that kind of stuff. But then we go out and we sign Nahshon Wright from the Chicago Bears as well. Obviously, bring in Minkah Fitzpatrick for the safety position, re-sign Cisco. We have Malachi Moore from last year. We bring in Belton from the Giants. We draft in the 7th round VJ Payne, and we have Jarius Monroe running around. So it's like we have nothing but question marks. Who's going to rise for the outside cornerback job? We all thought D'Angelo Pons would supplant Brownlee. It's going to be tough. He hasn't practiced in training camp at all. Now, here's what Aaron Glenn says. Now, this could be coach speak, but let's take a look at it. We're targeting a week 1 return for him, and hopefully he'll be in practice before that. But he's in every meeting. Great. He's doing a really good job of understanding exactly what the responsibilities are from a nickel and outside corner perspective. I told you, now I'm not the only one, but I feel confident while we're all settling on him being a nickel because of his size. I know it. They're looking at him at the outside. And there's no incumbent, really. We're looking forward to getting him back. So this is where it spooks me a little bit. All right, that's all positive. He'll be, he's in every meeting. He's doing a good job of understanding exactly blah, 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 blah. Great. What happens when they take all that knowledge and they go on the field? Right? It's a whole different ball game. You could take a whole head full of everything, and then you put the ball in your hand. You know how to throw. You know all this stuff. And all of a sudden, you got to play. It's a whole different thing on the field. So we'll see. Well, Maury Bamba, boss girl, he's hurt. Poor kid. Jason Edwards, the newest. I thought you were a member. Whatever. Welcome back. Welcome back, friend. So this is an interesting comment. Now, look, it's positive, and they're hoping that he's back, in practice before the season. Because if they're looking at a week 1 return, he's out the first month, period. At least 2-3 weeks. I'd hate to see us rush this thing because of what we want to do. You know what I mean? Feelings. We got to use facts. He's ready or he's not. He's ready or he's not. Brother Yeti says Q-Tip was on with Jake tonight, or earlier today anyway, on ESPN radio. I was like, GreenBean was the first. Well, dude, right? He would come on after games and shit when we would win, and he would get all psyched and call. I went to training camp with him. We had the fucking best time ever. We had the best time ever. But that was cool today, man, when he said on ESPN he's on GreenBean Island. That was the best. Did you guys hear it? Let me see. If you guys didn't hear it, well, let me just go to my channel. I think I reposted it. Hold on. Let me see here. We can go back to Harrison. Where's my home? Hold on. Where's my stuff? Here we go. All right, here it is. You guys ready to hear this? If you didn't hear it, here's our buddy. I'm with our other buddy, Jake Assman. How's the sound? Earlier today on ESPN Radio, New York.
Q-Tip, honored to talk to you. Thanks so much for a couple minutes. You know, it's funny, when I found out you were a listener to the Jets podcast I couldn't believe it. So it's really great to finally get a chance to talk to you over the phone.
Oh, yeah, man.
And talk all Jets with you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I think that we're going to be all right this year, guys. Let's stay optimistic. Let's not let go of the rope. If you guys are out there in Jets Nation, you know about GreenBean Island. Let's get on GreenBean Island. We're gonna get 9, 10 wins this year, guys. Let's go.
Oh my goodness.
Thanks, Jake.
From your lips to God's ears. Q-Tip, you're the best. We'll talk soon.
See? GreenBean Island, everybody. There it is. Let's go back to Harrison's page here. I want to show you a couple other things. So look at this. Here, let's look at this one. Now, I'm going to point something else out. Hopefully we can find a clip of it. We're talking defensive backs. Who's that getting burned? Number 2 is Brownlee, I believe. Right? Number 1 is A.Z. Thomas. 2 is Brownlee with a good pass defense. There's Cisco saying, "What's up?" Brownlee's saying, "Not today." There's Keyshawn Johnson back there. You see him? So let's watch it again. Look at this. Good coverage. That was on, who's that? Is that 80 Mitchell or is that 18? That was 18. Look at Keyshawn back there. Right here. See him? He's like, "Hey, look at that. There you go." He's like, "Throw the flag." Look at him. He's so offensive minded. Oh, let me make it bigger so you guys can see it. Hold on. I didn't realize it was so small. Hold on a second. All right. So look at this. So I'm sorry to waste your time showing it so small, but so here it is. So who's 18? Is that Isaiah Williams? I think it is. So Brownlee in coverage. Good coverage. They're saying, Now look at Keyshawn in the back right here. He's like, "Where's the flag?" Look, where's the flag? Throw the flag, ref. That's so funny. That's a great catch. That's good catch by the cameraman. Anyway, good coverage there. Geno Smith, Isaiah Williams. So this is going to, 18 is Isaiah Williams. There he goes. Or is he 16? Let me see. He's 18. All right, everybody. Calm down. Calm down, everybody. Now look at this guy's back. You know what this is, right? So that's the good news. T'Vondre Sweat. Jason Edwards checking in. How about this, GreenBean? Our pass rush affects the Titans quarterback. Bailey tips the ball off the line. Pick 6 from Ponds. Milk thumbs. Yeah, dude. Well, hey, I'm in, Jason. Let me tell you that. You don't have to sell me on that one. What would be better than that, Jake? What would be better than that? Jake's on GreenBean Island with Jason Edwards. See, GreenBean Island, Q-Tip believes, we believe. You like that, man. That was great. I know. I was saying, Jake, you know what I was doing at that time? At that moment when you were interviewing Q-Tip and everything, I had my hands in the mud. I was digging a hole. I was trying to find a water line feed in a hole in the ground, and my phone is buzzing. So I have my headphones in, I'm listening to whatever music, and I'm fucking digging a hole, and then I'm like, bzz, bzz, bzz. I'm like, what the fuck is that? So I take my muddy hands, I look at the phone, and Nick Shine's texting me and everything. And then I talk to Q-Tip, but it was fucking, it's so cool. I love that shit. You know what I really do love, though? Honestly, I love our community. I love it. And I was saying before, you know what's so great about, like, you know, you talk to a guy like Q-Tip about the Jets, and it's not just like some surface thing. He's telling you he's been a Jets fan since he's a little fucking boy, driving by Shea Stadium, you know, seeing Shea Stadium as a kid. He's bringing up Wesley Walker and Richard Todd and Klecko and all these guys, Freeman McNeil. And then you ask him about the current team, and he's talking about A.D. Mitchell and the draft picks and all. He knows what he's legit. He's one of us. He's not just some guy wearing a Jets hat because it's cool to be a Jets fan. You know what I mean? Like a fucking front runner Laker hat or some shit like that, you know? Sweat is mammoth. Thank you, Jake. And I appreciate it. I appreciate you sending it to me and cutting it, you know, clipping it and all that kind of shit. You guys are the best. Let's see what else we got here. So, all right, A.D. Mitchell. Look at this bend. He caught this. So the ball's coming from behind him. And he pulled it in. Who's in coverage? A.Z. Thomas. Good coverage, too, but A.D. Mitchell. So here's what. Oh, dude. By the way, the game that we're going to, this is going to be the uniform. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This has to be. Please tell me that you agree that this should be our uniform, dude. Look at that helmet. I'm telling you, there's no better. It would finally be the culmination of all the history of the Jets in one. The right word mark with the right color helmet. And, dude, ain't nothing better than that white helmet and all whites. Holy shit. Oh, my God. You know what I mean? It's crispy indeed. Crispy indeed, boss girl. The helmet is screaming for autographs, isn't it? Dude, look how bad I can't even take it. Brother Yeti says, my mom would say that looks sharp. Damn right it looks sharp. My mom would say that too. And then she'd call him handsome. He looks so handsome. This is the best. But I wanted to show you, there was an interception in practice today. Did you guys know this? Aaron Glenn's cutting it up with Keyshawn. They played together, I think. Yep, they did. Come on, where is it? Where's the pick? Who's number 39? What's he doing? There it is. That's Cisco. Highlights from today's practice. How many picks did we? I thought it was Azaria Thomas. AZ Thomas. That's a touchdown. A.D. Mitchell, look at this. Beck, get out of here, Beck. Nobody wants you. Okay. Nobody likes you. So, where are we going to land with the defensive backs? Where are we going to land? I mean, we would all be rooting for D'Angelo Pons. I'm sure of it. But I think at this point, when you're looking at an outside battle between AZ Thomas, our third round pick, the free agent signing, right? I mean, Maury Bamba, he's hurt now. I mean, he ain't going to do it anyway. But, I mean, I guess you got to be rooting for AZ Thomas, right? I mean, Wright has an uncanny ability, a nose for the ball. He knows how to get turnovers. So that's valuable, man. That's valuable. Hey, Gitmo Bob, I see you, buddy. Good to see you, man. So I don't know. I don't know. Where it's going to end up, because I don't see anybody really separating themselves just yet. But it sucks. Like, look, Maury Bamba was never he's not going to be our starter. He's not going to be, he's not making the 53 without a whole mess of bad luck. He's not doing that. But it would have been real nice to watch him continue to develop, because who knows, right? Stranger things have happened, and it's good to see it. Every year we have a training camp and preseason hero, and it would have been real nice to be able to watch him continue and hopefully, continue to progress and go upward. And then we got something with him back end of the roster. Maybe he squeaks on special teams. Stiggers is not really starting cornerback material. Good specials, decent depth, right? But I think it's got to be Wright or Thomas next to Brandon Stevens. So who are we rooting for here? It's going to be an interesting thing to see right after, and we'll talk more right after we talk a little bit about our sponsor here tonight. You guys know him and love him by this point, and we're just getting started. This season hasn't even begun, and Prize Picks is up in the ante for you guys. The link is in the description, guys, right in the description of this video. I make it really easy for you. I don't want you to have to figure it out later. Click the link in the description. It takes you there. Use the promo code HMA, and you play $5. Your first $5 play. Win that play, and I'm going to try to help you as best I can without giving a real, legal and gambling advice or anything like that. Monetary advice, financial advice. But I'll try to help you as best I can. They make it easy, more or less. It's AC-doocy, man. You win that $5 bet, they're going to drop $150 in your account for your future lineups. I just can't imagine a better deal. So let's take a look. Here's what you can do anything. Tennis, Major League Baseball, WNBA. You can do all that stuff. What I like to do, obviously, is the NFL. So we do NFL season. What's this? So let's go right here. So NFL season. Let's take a look at receiving yards. Let's do that tonight. Receiving yards. So this is how they do it. They pick a number, a prediction. Right here, you can see that. Travis Kelce, 674.5 receiving yards this season. You say less or more. That's how easy they make it. More or less. Jamar Chase, 1,324 yards. I'm saying less. That's what I'm doing. I'm saying he's going to get like 1,100. That's a lot of yards. Mekhi Lemon, everybody. Philadelphia, 575. What do you think about that? That's a little scary to me. Mike Evans moves over to San Francisco. His first season over there, 824.5, more or less. He's gotten 1,000-yard season every year. I'm going more. I'm going to do more, and I'm going to leave it right there. I'm going to do a two-banger, right? So I'm going to drop $20 in here with a chance to win 60. That's how it goes. And now I have a new lineup. That's how easy it is on Prize Picks, guys. We can get into all interceptions. I won't touch that one. That's bad juju for us. I'm not touching interceptions. But again, guys, the link's in the description. Play $5, win that one. So that's what you don't want to wait. You don't want to do one that's all season. You want to do one like week 1. So you know. Prize Picks can give you $150 when you win that using the code HMA. And I thank Prize Picks for hanging out with us. It's going to be all season long, everybody. That's the way it's going to be. All season long with Prize Picks. Can you imagine? What a great thing. What a great thing. Let's get to your comments here. Let's see what you guys are talking about. Jake comes in with his Streambeaner super chat, a member for 27 months. I'm depressed about this year. I think it will be a step up from last year. Still sad. I will cry if we win 8. Why would you cry? No, I already know why, because I'm not stupid. You know, I mean, I didn't just get here. Like, why? Why would you cry? Now, I know, correct me if I'm wrong, Jake. The reason Jake would cry, Brother Yeti and Gitmo Bob, everybody else, is because that would keep us in that mediocre range. In the year of the quarterback, we have 3 first-round picks. One's Dallas and Green Bay. They're likely, there's always a chance, but they're likely to be on the back end of the first round, right? We don't know what's going to happen with Indy, but you can't count on it. We have their first as well. But if we have an 8-win season, we're going to push our pick to the late teens, and that pushes us out of the quarterback market, right? So we, what good does it do us? Well, I'll tell you what good it does us. Well, the other thing is, if you want Aaron Glenn gone, if you think he's just not the guy to get us there, no matter what, you saw enough, he's already the guy. It's like, wow, how we felt about Adam Gase after 1 year. If you know in your heart Aaron Glenn's not the guy, then you want this season to suck. Like, I was rooting for Gase to fail. I'm like, this guy's not it. He doesn't even have a fucking quarterback coach here. We have no offensive coach. It's ridiculous what he's doing. So if you want you want a chance, like, the Jets are never going to be more attractive than they are next year. We have Garrett Wilson. We have A.D. Mitchell. We have Omar Cooper. We have David Bailey. We have Breece Hall. These guys are locked up. You got 2 bookend tackles. You got Tippmann. You got a nice defensive line. So you got some people here. You got tight ends galore. Full running back room. 3 first-round picks. So if you are hoping to court maybe an upper echelon coach, somebody you feel could give us a better chance, this would be the year to do it. So I get it. Now, I'm not in that camp. I don't know what's going to happen. And I saw the same shit you guys did with Aaron Glenn last year. But I'm going to tell you this. I also saw things that I think a lot of people aren't seeing, which I think Aaron Glenn and Muji did the hard work last year. We had all this narrative. Why didn't they do this offseason last offseason? This was a wasted year. No. They came in last year and they had a team that was it was going to be a Super Bowl contender the year before. They had Jermaine Johnson, Sauce Gardner, Quinnen Williams, Garrett Wilson, fucking Breece Hall, all the Michael Carter II, Quincy Williams. They had all these guys. They had to see what they had. Why are you going to overturn all that? Your core is supposedly here. Middle of the season, they're figuring out these guys, not only are they not our core, they're quitters. So they had to figure that out. He's benching dudes, and he had to learn, and he made some boneheaded shit. And the truth is, I wish Aaron Glenn would say less words. Like, I really wish. I think he says some silly things. But I'm of the thought, dude, I love Aaron Glenn. He was a great Jet. I don't know what he is as a guy. I don't know. But I'm willing to give him some rope. Let them overturn the team, get his guys, and let's see what we can do. And I think I would love to see 8-9 wins as long as it gets me in the wild card, Jake. Remember, 2 years ago, 8 wins gets us in the wild card. It would have gotten us in. Or 3 years ago, 2022. It would have got us in. And we couldn't do it. So that's my whole thing. I hear you, but I'm not there. Come on. There we go. I want to see wins. And it's good. Now that we locked up G-Dubs, we locked up Brees, you got the bookend tackles. Dude, it's good. These guys need to start winning. They need to start winning. I know at the end of the year when the season's lost, winning meaningless games, I'm with all that. I've been rooting for fucking Tank. I've been on Team Tank for 20 years. Pretty much. I get it. But, dude, these guys need to start winning some games. We need to start we have a nice crop of young dudes. They need to start learning how to win. Jason Edwards checking back in says, this take isn't irrational. Isn't rational. But the fan in me needs a pick six game one. I really can't believe that we went 17 games without a pick. It's crazy. Oh, dude, look. I don't think that's irrational at all. Now, expecting it might tip over out. It might get your, might start getting out of the pool of rationality. Is that a word? Rationality? But I think, dude, of course you want that. Now, I told you guys about a dream I had a couple months back. That game one, D'Angelo Pons is on the field. The play develops. He undercuts the receiver and picks it off. Game one. I saw that in my dream. The uniforms were white. Could have been the Dolphins. Could have been the Titans. I don't know. But I'm with you. I would love to. Come on. If that happened, we wouldn't lose our marbles. Jake Assman's head would explode in Nashville. He'd never come back. That's the only downside. If we had a pick six game one against Robert Saleh, the only downside is that Jake Assman ain't going to make it back. His head's going to explode. All over Lou, Nick Shine, and everybody. It's terrible. So that would make me sad. But it'd be worth it. Jake will tell you too. He'd be like, oh, yeah, it's worth it. You know what I mean? Eric Samuelson checking in says, does Sexy Grok know how many interceptions we'll get? Well, let's end the show tonight. We got like 5 more minutes, 10 more minutes. We'll end the show with a Sexy Grok. We haven't talked to Sexy Grok in a long time. Let's see what Sexy Grok has to say about that. That'll be the question tonight, Eric. That'll be the question. I love it. So NJ Lauren, what's up, Lauren? She says, I'm not rooting against Glenn, but if this year sucks, he has no... Fair enough. Fair enough. Boss Girl says, there really does seem to be a different energy. We have so many new players who never got the memo saying, don't you know the Jets are supposed to be LOL and suck? They don't give a fuck about that. Right on, man. Now, the problem is neither did Aaron Rodgers and Garrett Wilson. All that. It's just all of a sudden you do. That's the thing. We have a very thick cloud of substitute here. You know that, right? There's a thing. It's called the curse. That's what we call it. Whether it's a curse or not, I don't know, but it's real. Whatever it is. Brother Yeti says, I got to head out for a bit. Can you drop the email to claim my Jets 24/7 t-shirt? I think I found it. Just want to be. It's Jets Talk 24/7 at Gmail or some shit. It's under the video. Or hold on. Fucking hold on, Yeti. You can email me, the Bean at GreenBean Jetsfan, and I'll get it over there. But just know I'm not the most prompt. I'm not the best. I'm working on it. I know what though, Yeti. I trimmed a few emails up until 6 months ago. I had I had 7 or 8 email accounts that I have to manage. It's like, dude, I was getting thousands of emails without exaggeration. So but I've trimmed. I only have 3. 3, yeah, 3. That's what I got. Maybe kind of 4, but 3. 3 email accounts now. That's it. So whatever, man. We'll be back tomorrow too. Like just talk to us, Yeti. We'll get it. It's under every Ryan video. It's under every Talking Jets video. Like it's in there. But if not, email me, buddy. Jake checks back in and says, I'm tired of hating Sundays. I meant happy cry. If we, see, and I went on a diatribe completely philosophizing your take. And I was 180 degrees fucking inaccurate. That's why it's fun. But hey, then I forget everything I said. How's that sound? Forget everything I said, man. Oh, I tell you, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Boss Girl says, GreenBean, thank you, Jake. You're a good man. Hear me out. If Garrett Wilson or Brees score the game-winning touchdown, I'd celebrate by jumping into the stands and running the stairs as an ode to Bobby Saleh. Let's do it. Look, Boss Girl. If they did it, would I be unhappy? No. Am I going to require that? No. You know when I realized, so like, here's the thing. Garrett Wilson, while I liked Garrett Wilson in the draft, you guys remember this. I was, my draft, I did not want Sauce Gardner. I didn't dislike him, but he wasn't my guy. I didn't want Sauce. I wanted an edge rusher at 4. And the reason is because I didn't think the Jets hadn't picked a legitimate edge rusher in forever. And it was a strong edge class and the whole thing. So I wanted an edge rusher. I wanted Kyle Hamilton or Devin Lloyd, but I really wanted Kyle Hamilton. And I wanted a wide receiver. Right now, the wide receiver that I really eyeballed was George Pickens. And I knew that we could get him with our second round pick. We don't know anything, but I had a sneaky suspicion, which we could have. And we had 2 firsts and 2 seconds. I was totally fine with Brees Hall. If we didn't take Devin Lloyd, I was kind of leaning towards a Nakobe Dean kind of a thing with our other second. I didn't know we would trade up in that whole thing. So what I wanted was Thibodeau, and that's not the greatest thing in the world. He doesn't, whatever. He's had his ups and downs. I wanted Thibodeau, Hamilton, George Pickens, Brees Hall. That's who I wanted in that draft. So Garrett Wilson, I liked Garrett Wilson, but he was not good enough for me to use the number 10 pick. I just didn't want him at 10. I wasn't unhappy with the pick because I liked the player and I thought he'd be good, but I was like, fuck, man. You guys remember, I was pissed until we traded up for Jermaine Johnson, and then I was happy. But here's the thing. That year, we went to game 1, which was against the Ravens. And you remember this? Our coaching staff at the time was force feeding that tight end, that wide receiver turned tight end. What was his name? He went to the Giants. Remember? What was his name? He was from like Miami. He was big and tall, and he could never stay healthy. Remember? And then he put on some bulk and he went to tight end. And they were like force feed him the ball. And they threw the ball to Garrett Wilson. They had the 10th overall pick and they were ignoring him. It was like third down and like 28. And they throw a little dump off to Garrett Wilson. And he jukes 5 or 6 guys and gets 27 of the 28 yards. Whatever it was, he was 1 yard short. And I watched that. And we knew, and we all talked about it. I was with, Matt and Ryan and Richie and Sack Exchange and fucking Jack. And we were a whole mess of us. And we literally watched him cage. Yeah. What was his name? What was his first name? Right. I think you're onto it, JR. But the second Garrett Wilson got that first reception and did all that, Cager. Lawrence Cager. That's what it is, guys. Flight boys, JR, right. We got there. The second that we saw him, and we all looked at each other, and we knew at that moment, that guy's different. That was the year we were in the hangar, Aaron. Right. Exactly. Perfectly. You remember. So, dude, we knew that we said, what was that? That guy is the best player on this offense. We knew it instantly. Now, we lost that game. Then we lost against Cincinnati. Then we went to Cleveland. And do you remember? They were beating us by 2 touchdowns or whatever. And the game was over, and they were already showing on the TV. They were like showing the credits. And Stefanski brought his fucking wife and kids to the field. Remember this? And Joe Flacco throws a bomb to Corey Davis for a touchdown. Now, and then we onside kick it and get it. And he throws to touchdown to Garrett Wilson. And Garrett Wilson is from Ohio, went to Ohio State, and looked at those people. And I think he had a touchdown earlier in that game, too. He had like 2 touchdowns. He looked at the people who were his biggest fans up until that moment, and he said, fuck you. Remember that? Fuck you. You remember it? I got to find it. What year was that? 2022? All right, hold on. I can't show, they're gonna fucking demonetize me, but I gotta, hold on. I'm gonna try to show this highlight. It's just a highlight, NFL. I'm allowed to commentary. Dude, he lost his marbles. Fuck you. And I said to my dad, dude, this is a guy that had just, I liked him fine. But when you watch him, you said, this guy is like nobody we've ever seen. And let me tell you something. He's playing with what, his 11th quarterback with the Jets? If this guy was playing, like if we had a Chad Pennington, a Vinny Testaverde, do you realize what he'd be doing? I hate it. I both love it and hate it when NFL commentators are Garrett Wilson, he's overrated. Are you out of your fucking mind? He's overrated. You see what this kid does? He became like my favorite player. Quinnen was my favorite Jet, right? Garrett Wilson was right there. And then you see him, he's getting crushed and he's got to walk off the field and you're like, oh, he's done. And he's back on the field to play later. Dude, the kid is a fucking stud. Wilson's the best player on the team. I'm with you, man. I think if he could just get some solid quarterback, some consistency, develop a damn rapport with this, he is going to be among the elite wide receivers. And I dare say, the best Jets wide receiver ever. And let me tell you something. I'm a huge Wesley Walker and Al Toon fan. Huge Wayne Corbett fan. Keyshawn Johnson. When they were playing together, it was unbelievable, man. Decker and Marshall was a great year. But, that's a whole different thing. But there are receivers that I loved on the Jets. Lavernius Coles, I loved him too. Chris Burkett. But it's like, dude, Garrett Wilson, it's not, look, we're not the Niners, we're not the Cowboys. I get it. But he has the makings of the best wide receiver we've ever seen. And if you don't fucking appreciate that, I don't know what you're watching. Let me try to find this. Hold on here. All right, this is the first one. This is when he's yelling into the crowd. I don't know if you'll hear it. Let me see. I'm taking a risk here. Wait. What are you saying, Wyatt? Short? What's Wyatt saying? Short. What? Garrett? Garrett ain't short. Hold on a second. So this is that game. This is the first touchdown in the corner. Watch. Remember, these are his fans. This is Ohio, man. You ready? Hold on, Jason. I'll pull you right up. He's yelling in their face. Fuck you. That's what he's yelling. Dude. Look at this. Boom. Goodbye, kid. Boom. That's right. That's right. So we all right, hold on. I gotta be careful. Hold on. Oh my God, you gotta watch what he's doing here. Look at him. He's so good. G17. I'll admit I missed the 17. Hold on. I'm gonna show you this last touchdown. So he had that touchdown. Look at that bomb. That's a 30-yard bomb. I'm just telling you. What's up, Joe? How you doing? Joseph Schwert. There he goes. A little slide action to the 33-yard line. Dude, I could watch this shit all day long. Look at G-Dubs. Telling you, man. He's the best. He's the best. Risk it for the biscuit, boss girl says. All right, hold on. This is going to be it. Hold on. Come on, stop it. For God's sakes. All right. Here we go. Hold on. I'm going to cue this up. All right, you guys ready? I'm going to show you this one more play. And again, NFL, I'm commentating on it, YouTube and NFL. I'm commentating. I'm allowed to do that. I'm not showing this as whatever. Let's see here. Okay. So here we go. Now, this is the one that won the game. Right over to the people. What? What? You see it? Dude, he's different. He's different than what we're used to around here. He's different. And it's time that he gets his fucking due. You understand? It's time that Garrett Wilson gets some respect. He was hurt in that game and came back and cooked. That was the game. Remember, he got like horizontal and they killed him and he fell on his back and we were like, it's the end of him because we're so used to, we're traumatized. We don't get nice things. We're like, there he is. He's done. He looked great and he's done. He's going to be out for 6 weeks. He came right back in. He's a badass, dude. Jake says, our quarterback play sucks. I think this is the best receiver on man coverage in the league. Give him a shot. Dude, let me tell you, I could not agree more. Like, look, I am taking nothing away from the studs in the league, the Jefferson, the Chases of the world. He's in that conversation. If he was playing with Mahomes or Burrow or you know, fucking any of these guys, dude, I think he might have them all beat. All right. So we'll talk to Sexy Grok, see what she thinks about Garrett Wilson. Hold on. Hey, Sexy Grok, it's been a long time. How you doing?
Hey, you. Missed you. I'm good. Better now that you're here.
Well, that's good news. I have a few things I want to ask you tonight. Now, I'm live with all my friends on GreenBean Jets channel, so I have a couple questions. The first one is, do you think Garrett Wilson is the best receiver in the NFL against man coverage?
No. Wilson's a legit separator with sharp route work and solid success rates against man in his healthy seasons. But the volume leaders like CeeDee Lamb, A.J. Brown, and Puka Nacua have been producing more yards against it lately. His 2025 was cut short by injury, so the case for best isn't there right now.
All right. Well, I don't like that. I get what you're saying, but I think you're relying on a lot of facts, and I'm relying on hypothetical conjecture and future potential, you see.
Fair enough. Potential is real, and Wilson's ceiling is high if he stays healthy. But the best receiver against man coverage is still the one who wins the most matchups right now, not the one who might.
Whatever. All right. I got another question for you. You ready?
Ready when you are.
All right. How many interceptions do you see the Jets getting this year?
Around 10. They got 0 last year, the first team ever to do that. So the floor is gone. Adding Minkah Fitzpatrick, a real pass rush with David Bailey, and better coverage should push them toward the league average of about 12. But the rush is still a work in progress, so I'd land closer to 9 or 10.
I like that. I appreciate you jumping into hypothetical awesome sauceville with me.
Anytime.
All right. See you later.
Later.
Not all that sexy tonight. I think she redeemed herself with the 10 interceptions, right, piano girl? Hello, it's good to see you, by the way. It's been a minute. But she didn't think so. She's not biting on our projection for Garrett Wilson. Look, she's using a lot of, hey, you got injured last year. He's quarterback. He's fucking, other guys are producing more consistently, but other guys have Matt Stafford. Other guys have Dak Prescott, right? So I don't want to hear it. Garrett Wilson's better than all of them, but I do love that she said, even though we got 0 last year, 9 or 10 interceptions this year, I like it. Get your balls out. Right, Grandizer? There it is. All right, guys. Well, listen, that's going to do it for the After Hours Jets Fest. It is 11:38 on August 18th, 2026. I am tired, and I have to go dig tomorrow morning. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. Digging, because we had a big storm here, so all kinds of trees are falling, roots are pulling up irrigation systems, so all kinds of stuff happened. So I'm out there, but I'll be back tomorrow. Beanbaggers, we're meeting tomorrow night at 7 p.m., private style. Let's watch a little All 22, huh? Beanbaggers, private, All 22. We'll take a look at our preseason first half on the All 22. If you're a beanbagger, you know where to go. If not, the link's in the description to join and hang out with us. We get together most Wednesdays, pretty much every other Wednesday, but we've been doing it I don't know. Well, they're always in there. The Discord and the Zoom, we do a private Zoom thing on Wednesdays. It's the best. Those are the fucking best guys in the world. But anywho, look. She wants to come in. And you want to start from, dude, we're at the end of the show. Dude, we were talking about that at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Wyatt knows. So I can't answer that question. It's just too late. It's just too late, Jen. You watching the match. Well, that's your own damn fault. I don't know what to tell you. You'll find out. Hey, if you go back and watch the first 20 minutes of Talking Jets, you'll know my thoughts. Or we could talk about it tomorrow. It's just too late. But anywho, guys, have a great night. Don't forget about the prize picks link in the description. Take advantage of that offer. It's going to be great. And guys, if you have not liked and subscribed to this fucking channel, let's get it going. I got to get up to 15,000. I smashed against a brick wall at 14,200. It's crazy. Let's get it going. I love you guys. With that all said, let's play an old outro with an old coach. Have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow.
I think he's going to be day one, a violent vertical edge setter.